Hey, Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome back to another action-packed edition of the Total Chiefs Mailbag. Today, we're diving into all the latest buzz around our Kansas City Chiefs as the trade deadline looms just around the corner. With some huge potential moves on the horizon, this is the episode where we get into your hottest questions, bold trade ideas, and break down what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, for those tuning in for the first time or our returning fans, don't miss out on any of the action. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and join our community. Help us reach our goal of 500 subscribers. Every single one of you makes a difference. If you're part of what we call the Noti Gang, those loyal fans who get updates the moment we go live, make sure to show some love in the comments by typing Noti Gang. If you want to join them, all you need to do is hit subscribe and enable notifications. Let's build this Chiefs community even stronger. All right, from big matchups on the field to game-changing trades, let's get right into today's show. Up first, we're talking about one of the Chiefs' biggest needs: finding the right left tackle. All right, Chiefs fans, our first big topic comes from Brian, who sent us a super chat asking about what seems to be a major pain point for the Chiefs this season: the left tackle position. Now, as Brian pointed out, we've been on what feels like a ride on the struggle bus with this position, especially after seeing some tough performances from Kingsley and Wanya Morris. Let's break down what this means for the Chiefs and whether they should be looking for a serious upgrade. Now, Brian specifically suggested bringing in a new left tackle, and he's not alone in thinking it could make or break the season. I mean, we all know how essential that position is, especially when you're trying to protect a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. One name that's been floated around is David Bakhtiari, a veteran still on the market. Imagine the stability he could bring, especially heading into those critical playoff games. But there are always cap space concerns, and not every player fits smoothly into a new team midseason. So, the question is, should the Chiefs make a bold move to bring in a player like Bakhtiari or focus on other needs? Let us know in the comments. If you think the Chiefs should make a move for a left tackle, type LT for yes or no for sticking with our current lineup. Let's see what Chiefs Kingdom thinks. And hey, if you're new here, jump in the conversation, subscribe, and help us reach that 500 subscriber goal. We want all voices here in Chiefs Nation. But we're not stopping there. Speaking of trade ideas, we have some interesting suggestions from you guys on who else might be able to help fix this line. Let's talk about one of those names, Walker Little. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, let's keep this conversation going with another potential trade that's been on a lot of fans' minds. Walker Little, the young tackle from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, it's no secret that our offensive line could use some help, and Walker Little might just be the guy to bring some extra power to that left side. Here's why fans are buzzing about him. He's young, he's only allowed 1 sack this season, and he's got a strong run-blocking record. His grade this year has been solid, with a run-block rating of 69. Yeah, we'll take that any day. With his size and skill, Walker could add a lot of stability, especially when it comes to keeping our run game on track. Now, cap space might be an obstacle, but if anyone can make it work, it's our GM Brett Veach, who's known for his trade wizardry. So, here's a question for you guys. Should the Chiefs go for Walker Little? Drop a T in the comments for trade, or a P for pass. I'd love to see what you think, because this decision could make a real difference for us down the stretch. And hey, if you're still watching and haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the community. Your support is what helps us bring you all the latest Chiefs news and rumors. Next up, we got an awesome deal from our sponsor that could be a game changer for your fantasy lineup. Let's dive into that. All right, Chiefs fans, before we dive back into trade rumors, we got something exciting for all you fantasy football enthusiasts out there. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Prize Picks, the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports with a twist. Let's talk about how you can get in on the action. Here's how it works. With Prize Picks, you pick 2 or more players and decide whether they'll score more or less in categories like touchdowns, yards, receptions, and so on. It's a fresh take on fantasy football that lets you make picks across multiple sports. Perfect for anyone who loves to mix things up. Right now, Prize Picks is offering an amazing deal. Play $5, and they'll give you $50 free to play with, even if you don't win. So, if you're looking to add some excitement to your NFL weekends, this is the way to do it. I've already locked in my picks for this week. I'm going with more than 54.5 receiving yards for Jackson Smith-Njigba and more than half an interception for Jameis Winston. I mean, if there's one thing we know about Jameis, it's that he's got a knack for throwing those picks. Think you can make better picks? Head over to prizepicks.com and use our promo code CHIFSREPORT to claim your free $50. If you're already playing, let us know in the comments who your must-pick players are for this week. And don't forget, every subscription helps us bring more sponsors like this, which in turn means more content for you. So go ahead, subscribe, and keep the Chiefs conversation going strong. Now, back to those trade rumors. The next name on the list? J.C. Horn, a young and talented cornerback who could add some serious depth to our defense. Let's jump into it. Capitulo 5. J.C. Horn. Uma Silico para Secundaria dos Chiefs? Alright, Chiefs fans, let's talk defense for a minute. The next big trade idea coming from you guys is all about boosting our cornerback room. And one name that keeps coming up is J.C. Horn. Now, if you're not familiar with Horn, he's a young, talented cornerback from the Carolina Panthers, known for his ability to cover some of the league's best receivers. At only 24 years old, he's already shown that he's a playmaker, and he's on a rookie contract, which could be a perfect match for the Chiefs' budget. So, why J.C. Horn? For starters, he's had an impressive season so far, with 9 pass breakups and 34 tackles. He's quick, has great field awareness, and is not afraid to get physical. Just imagine him in a Chiefs uniform, locking down the opposing team's top receiver game after game. And here's the best part. We wouldn't have to break the bank to make this trade happen, as JC is still on his rookie deal. Now, bringing Horn into our defense could elevate his performance even more. Think about it. He'd be joining one of the most talented defensive units in the league, giving him a chance to shine and improve even further under Coach Spagnuolo's system. It would also relieve some pressure from our current corners and allow the Chiefs to be more aggressive in their schemes. But here's where you come in. Would you want to see J.C. Horn join the Chiefs? Drop a Y in the comments for yes, or an N if you think we should pass. Your opinions matter, and we love seeing what Chiefs Nation thinks about these possible moves. And hey, if you're enjoying this breakdown, make sure to subscribe. Every bit of support helps us keep bringing you in-depth Chiefs content like this. Plus, it gets us closer to our 500 subscriber goal. So, if you're not subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. Coming up, let's talk about a hot topic that's on everyone's mind. What are the Chiefs' top needs as the trade deadline closes in? Let's break it down. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, let's get into the heart of it. As the trade deadline approaches, we've covered some exciting names, but let's take a step back and talk about what the Chiefs really need to make this team a true Super Bowl contender. There are a few areas that stand out, and based on your questions, it seems we're all on the same page. First up, the offensive line. We've already discussed how crucial that left tackle spot is, but it's not just about one position. The line as a whole could use more depth and consistency, especially with the pressure Mahomes has been under this season. Keeping him upright is priority number one, and while finding a solid tackle mid-season can be tough, it might just be the missing piece to take us to the next level. On the defensive side, cornerback depth continues to be a concern, even with talented players like Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed holding things down. Adding someone like J.C. Horn, as we discussed, could provide a big boost. But beyond the corners, another versatile safety or defensive back could allow Spagnuolo to get creative with his defensive schemes, especially against top-tier offenses. And lastly, there's always talk about adding a true power receiver, someone who can win those contested catches in the end zone. Mahomes has shown he can spread the ball around, but having a physical presence in the red zone could make a big difference in those tight games. Now it's your turn. Which position do you think should be the Chiefs' top priority before the trade deadline? Drop your thoughts in the comments. OL, DB, or WR. We're eager to see what Chiefs Nation thinks. And remember, every subscription and like helps us bring you deeper analysis and Chiefs content. So make sure you're subscribed and have notifications on. All right, Chiefs fans, time to wrap it up with a look at our top AFC rivals this season. Who do we need to keep an eye on? Let's dive in. All right, Chiefs fans, to wrap things up, let's take a look around the league and talk about the competition. The AFC is stacked this season, and a few teams are really standing out as potential threats. So, who are the top rivals that we should be watching closely? First up, the Baltimore Ravens. With Lamar Jackson at the helm, their offense is always a threat, but this year, They've added some serious weapons to their receiving core and have one of the league's best defenses. The Ravens are solid all around, and if they stay healthy, they could be a serious roadblock for us in the playoffs. Then there's the Miami Dolphins, a team that's become a powerhouse with their speed and offensive creativity. Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill have been explosive, and their ability to put points on the board quickly makes them dangerous in any matchup. Their defense has also been improving, making Miami a complete threat. And of course, we can't forget about the Buffalo Bills. Despite some inconsistency, they still have one of the league's best quarterbacks in Josh Allen and a strong roster overall. They've had some ups and downs, but when they're on, they're one of the toughest teams in the AFC. So, who do you think is our biggest rival this season? Drop your vote in the comments. BL for Ravens, MIA for Dolphins, or BUF for Bills. Let's see where Chiefs Nation stands. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and join us as we continue our journey this season. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Total Chiefs.